Can somebody, anybody, wake up the Chicago Cubs and tell them we're in the middle of a pennant race? Welcome in, Chicago Cubs Central fans, listeners, family, friends. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Jones, back again with another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Remember, this is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. I appreciate each and every last one of you for tuning into this episode. Do me a favor. If you want to see the Chicago Cubs wake the hell up and start scoring runs, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want the Chicago Cubs to hurry up and make some trades, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want the Chicago Cubs to do what they need to do to win the World Series, go ahead and hit the notification button so that way you never miss an episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Remember, this is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. With that being said, the Chicago Cubs, y'all need to wake the hell up. Point blank, period. We got to wake up, y'all. This is ridiculous. The Chicago Cubs go into Wrigley Field, not even guaranteed Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field is the name of this damn place that they were playing at tonight, going up against a team that is 38-66. And they proceed to get the draws beat off of them. I'm talking about draws, underwear, bloomers, boxers, whatever you want to call it. The Chicago Cubs got all of that whoop. They got that ass tapped tonight, baby. And it was horrendous. It was a shame to have to watch. Point blank, period. We put one of our best pitchers up there, and he looked, and this is the first time you're ever going to hear me say something critical about Shota Imanaga. He looked as interested in that game than the baby that had an ice cream cone in the front row. He looked like he could care less what was going on out there. Something was going on maybe with his pitches. I don't know if he was tipping pitches. I don't know if he was having tails or something like that, and they were sitting, waiting on his stuff. But every single pitch Shota Imanaga threw in tonight, I mean, it was gone. Gone. I have not seen a Shota Imanaga beat down like this since last year when the Mets caught a hold of him and whipped that ass real good. It's unfortunate because you almost become to expect Shota Imanaga to give you at least a decent start. He may not always have his best stuff, but he will always give you a decent, respectable start. This tonight was not respectable. This tonight was not respectable at all. Shota Imanaga did not make it past the third inning in this game. They chased him out after 3 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts, 85 pitches, 62 of those being strikes. His ERA has jumped to 3.12. Now, you're supposed to have Shota Imanaga pitching against the Brewers next Wednesday. But I don't see how you can put him back out there against a team like the Brewers if he's tipping his pitches like this. If teams have figured out his tails and know what he's getting ready to throw, and then on top of that, he's not helping himself because he's leaving stuff right over the middle of the plate, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you. I did the episode on yesterday talking about the Chicago Cubs needing to dominate the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox dominated the Chicago Cubs today. Nothing else to say. Nothing else to say but to wake the hell up. Meredith, 3 for 5. Slater, 2 for 5. Quiro, 4 for 5. Benintendi, 1 for 5. Vargas, 3 for 4. Sosa, 2 for 4. Talkman, 1 for 4 with a home run. Taylor, 1 for 5. Montgomery, 1 for 4. Meredith hit a home run. Slater hit a home run. Talkman hit a home run. Montgomery hit a home run. Somebody, anybody, go wake up Kyle Tucker and tell him he's in a contract year. Because clearly he don't know. Clearly he don't know. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 4. Michael Busch, 0 for 4. Seiya Suzuki, 0 for 2. John Birdie, 0 for 2. Pete Crow Armstrong, 0 for 3. Ian Happ, 0 for 2. Matt Shaw, 1 for 1. Got a chance to play second base today, too. Dansby Swanson, 0 for 2. Justin Turner, 0 for 2. Nico Horner, 1 for 4. Reese McGuire, 3 for 4. The only home run in the game, and he got 4 RBIs in today's game. Vidal Brujan, 3 for 4. Sad, man. Sad. Somebody has to tell Kyle Tucker that he's in a contract year. And if he's trying to command anywhere around the money that Guerrero or that, he ain't getting Shohei money. But if he's trying to get what Guerrero got, what Vlad Guerrero Jr. got, he has to wake the hell up and lock in. You are in the middle of a pennant race. You had a chance today to tie yourself with the Milwaukee Brewers, who lost to the Mariners again. And instead, you go to Wrigley Field and get the brakes beat off of you. Embarrassed by the little brother that's not better than you. The Chicago White Sox are not better than the Chicago Cubs. You can say whatever you want. You can point to their hot streak that they're on. The Chicago White Sox are not better than the Chicago Cubs, not on paper and not in real life. But the Chicago Cubs have to act like they want it. It looked like from the first pitches they were selling in this game, man. And they didn't care. They did not care what was going on. That team looked lifeless. And you know who that's a reflection of? The manager. That's a reflection of Craig Counsell. Craig Counsell is lifeless, so this team is lifeless. And don't get me wrong. I know these guys like each other. They like being around each other and stuff like that. Ian Happ is floundering. You cannot keep rolling him out there every single day. You will make Michael Busch sit down on the bench and not play and allow Justin Turner to take his time, to take his at-bats. But you steadily roll out Ian Happ all the time. And we've seen more over games for Ian Happ in this season than anybody else. You got Owen Casey down there raking for the I-Cubs. You could try Seiya Suzuki maybe over in left field and bring up a pinch hitter. But we gotta stop this. I'm waiting on Ian Happ to hit his stride. I'm waiting on the Cincinnati or Cardinal series for Ian Happ to get back to it. It's bullshit. Point blank, period. And we have to stop pretending like he's not declining with his bats. Maybe a change of scenery might do well for Ian Happ. He can keep his podcast. He can keep all of that stuff. But maybe a change of scenery might not be bad for him in his career. He's a 3-time Gold Glover. He will get a contract somewhere else. But the Chicago Cubs, what we need from our left fielder is what Kyle Schwarber is doing for the Phillies. He DHs for them. But he was with the Cubs first. But you see that bat? You see those home runs? Ian Happ ain't sniffing that. We got to figure it out, man. We got to figure it out because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And if you don't get it together, if you don't come together, if you don't bind together as a team, as an organization, you cannot wait on the trades. You cannot wait on the infusion of new talent. You have to bind together with what you got and say, some teams we just not finna lose to. Craig Counsell kept Shota Imanaga in this game entirely too long to allow that man to give up 7 damn runs. You killed him. You killed him. We've seen you do that with Ben Brown. We've seen you do that with Michael Boyd. We've seen you do that, Matthew Boyd, not Michael Boyd, Matthew Boyd, and we've seen you do that with Jameson Tyone. When they're struggling, you try to let them work through their struggles instead of pulling their ass when you see they don't have it. When they went up by 4-0 and you saw your team was struggling against Adrian Hauser, you should have pulled him. Instead, you continue to allow him to go out there when he looked disinterested. He knew he didn't have it today. And you continuously trotted him out there and allowed him to make a mockery of himself and of this team in the Crosstown Classic. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because it shouldn't have to be like this. Craig Counsell has to make better decisions. And this team got to wake the hell up. I don't know if y'all need to have a team meeting. I don't know if y'all need to, refocus. I don't know if everybody's too laxed. I don't know, but somebody got to start pulling coattails and say, hey, we're in the middle of a pennant race here. I understand that we are 17 games above 500. We're 6.5 games for the first wild card spot. Great, that's fine. But we want more than that. You got to aspire to want more than that. There are some games where it's just going to be like, yeah, we just don't have it this game. We're going to get beat. But not when you're in the middle of a pennant race. Not when you're looking up at another team. And you cannot come and sail away a game against a team that's only won 38 games this season, 37 before this one. Where is your urgency? Where's your urgency as a club? Where's your urgency as management? Where's your urgency as a manager? Where's your urgency as players? This shit's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker especially should be ashamed of themselves. I've come to expect this from Dansby Swanson. I just know he don't have it. Like I said, Pico Armstrong is going to go up and down, and he's going to frustrate himself. But he'll swing out of it. Seiya Suzuki, I've kind of come to expect this from him too. But you got to do better. You got to do better as a club, man. You got to do better as a club. I expect the Chicago Cubs team to come out in tomorrow's game and put their footprint on this game and the foot on the necks of the White Sox immediately. You are going up against Aaron Savale. You got Kay Horton. You need to give him run support because he is going to give up a couple of home runs. You have a White Sox team that is very, very good right now at the home run ball, as you saw from tonight. You need to give him run support. You need to, if you get guys on, start stealing bags. We've went away from the stuff that made us lethal in the first half of the season. We won't even try to swipe bags no more. Everybody's too worried about their record and staying perfect or staying close to perfect. Oh, I've stolen 23 out of 25 bags. I've stolen 27 out of 27 bags. Swipe the damn bags. If you get caught, you get caught. I would rather live with that and have a pitcher having to have his head on the swivel than allow him to know that nobody's going to run. Nobody's going to try to steal bags. If the home run ball ain't working for you, you got to make the pitcher work. You didn't make this pitcher work at all. How's it look comfortable out there? You could tell he was at home. He came out with his bathrobe on, his house slippers, his bunny slippers. He was chilling. He knew he had it from the jump. Somebody got to tell Kyle Tucker to wake up, man. Somebody got to tell Kyle Tucker to wake up. Somebody got to tell Kyle Tucker to wake up. Wake up. I don't know what the problem is, but you have had an abysmal July. The whole month, abysmal. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, man. Because we need you. We need you, Kyle. Like, we don't just need base hits from you. Like, we need you to rake. We need you to hit home runs. We need you to slug. If you don't, Kyle, we're toast, man. PCA and Seiya Suzuki have done their part to hold this team up while you've been basically absent for the month of July. We need you, man. We need you. That's my show for today, man. Like I said, I ain't too much other to say, man. We got our ass kicked. Chicago Cubs got to win the other two. Otherwise, I owe Big Kev $5, man. We'll see what happens. I appreciate you guys so much. Tune in tomorrow after tomorrow's episode, after tomorrow's game. We'll be back at it again, man. Thank you all. Go Cubs, go. Let's rally. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.